Hello again, friends, and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional. I Am Loved, edited by Carolyn Rathman Sutton. Today is July 14, and the title of our devotional is Rescue at Sea, Part 2, written by Jenny Allen. The Bible verse is found in 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My children, we should love people not only with words and talk, but by our actions and true caring. Jenny writes, we did not see the people our cruise ship rescued from the raft until the next day when we tied up to the dock to watch as they were delivered to the Honduran government. People lined up at the rails as a van with 11 officials pulled up. We were all worried because some speculated that maybe they would be sent back to Cuba. Later we were told that Honduras promised to give them asylum for 7 days so they could get to Belize. Belize promised to give them asylum for another 7 days so they could get to the border and cross over into Mexico, which was where they were trying to go since they had relatives there who would help them. We were told the crew gave them clean clothes and new shoes and took up a collection to buy them bus tickets from Honduras to Mexico. They also gave them enough non-perishable food for the trip. The refugees had run out of food but still had a little water on the raft, which was left floating at sea. Can you imagine the desperation that caused these 9 people to get into that small homemade raft and head into the open seas? That is what most people on our ship were talking about the day of the rescue. We did hear there were a few people on our cruise ship who complained about the slight delay in our schedule in spite of the fact that the captain assured us we would make up the time. We watched as the refugees were taken from our boat onto shore. People called out to them and again clapped and cheered. They happily waved back at us. The day of the rescue, as we returned to our deck chairs, a big, jubilant African-American man stopped to talk to us. He said, "We saw history being made today. We were a part of history." Then he said, "Love isn't love until you give it away." He was right. Jesus showed us what love is at the cross. He gave his life for you and me when we most needed him. What is our response when people in distress need us? International law requires a helping hand. God also requires us to help those in need when he tells us in 1 John 3:18, "My children, we should love people not only with words and talk, but by our actions and true caring." Jenny Allen is a retired school nurse and a public speaker. She lives with her pastor husband of more than 50 years, David, in Vancouver, Washington, United States of America. She is best known for her interest in prayer. She founded Joy Ministries, which encourages others to bring joy to the Heavenly Father's heart while they listen for God's love song, also the title of her book. She is committed to living God's will for her life. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. This devotional reminds me that actions definitely speak louder than words. I can tell someone I love them, but if I don't act like it, do they really know that I love them? That's something definitely to keep in mind. God tells us that he loves us, and he shows us that he loves us every single day. So let's try to do that not only to our family, but to the strangers at our gate. I hope that you guys are blessed, you enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.